All right, let's talk about Invincible Season 4, which going into this season, I will say, I was very nervous about this season because there was an interview with one of the people who worked on the show talking about how they believe that this show needed 8 seasons. I think it was one of the creators of the show to tell the full story of the comics. And then they said that, oh, Invincible Season 4 is going to feature an original story. And I thought what that meant was that the whole season was going to follow an original story. And that's what this show was going to do. Instead, what that meant, I'll talk about in a minute. But yeah, that made me very worried about the season. That ended up not being true, and well, it ended up being true, but just not in the way I thought. And so once I realized that, the show really got going. The first few episodes of this season were kind of slow, but they were good, like character building episodes. But this season really went all at it when we got to the Invincible War stuff. And spoilers for this season, that shit was crazy. You really believed Oliver died, and Mark, I really don't like how Mark and Nolan both got that kind of like to the chest, their actual guts spilling out, but yet they're not actually like dying. Like that doesn't make any fucking sense, like at all. Maybe it does for Nolan because he's an actual fucking alien, and Mark has part alien inside of him. But like, it feels like from like a creative point of view of like, why are you making these scenes so gory where we're literally having guts spill out, but then it doesn't mean what you think it means, which is they're fucking dying. It seems a little like, what? I don't get that. It really bothered me at a point because I literally watched the episode where Mark had his rematch with Conquest, and I was fucking done with it. Nolan and Oliver's journey, kind of reconnecting while Mark was healing up on that planet was great. I really like all the stuff with Alan. Really grown to like that character a lot. And where he ends up by the end of the season is pretty cool. And this season ends on a crazy point where like Mark agrees to a peace treaty with the Viltrumites, and now they just live among the humans, breeding for when they can eventually take over and enslave all the goddamn humans. So basically, they did what Nolan did. He was living among the humans, and then wanted to eventually conquer them, and that's fucking crazy. The way this season ends. So I don't know. I thought it was really brave of the show to do the not do have Eve have an abortion, and the way she did made a lot of sense. I actually did not expect that. Only the only the I didn't expect that, but then when I saw Mark come back to Earth and she didn't have like the pregnant belly, I was like, oh, something happened with that. And I thought that was really interesting. I thought it was going to be the direction of a miscarriage, which also would have been really brave of the show. Not something that gets discussed in a lot of media. But it's a real tragedy that people deal with. So I don't know. I really love this season. I thought this season was great. This is probably, I don't know. Invincible is a weird show where I really like the seasons, but I don't actually go back and rewatch them that often. So I don't think I have a favorite season of the show because I've only seen each season one time. It also makes my memory of the other seasons a little foggy. I should rewatch them, but it's kind of like this show is a lot of trauma and violence and things that aren't necessarily enjoyable to revisit. Like, do I really want to revisit Mark being nearly murdered all these times, or stuff like that? I don't know. It's just a thing that I think about. Good TV shows are, good shows that you can go back to, but this is one that oddly I have a hard time going back to. Very good show though, and I love this show.